Where's Dennis hiding? Dennis, you owe me.
I was busy setting up your room.
You owe me. No gavel.
Where's the gavel?
I stole it. Hey, you know, I have to get every chance I can, Dennis. You know? Because that's the only time I've been able to catch Dennis not doing something, okay? The only time. He's already got me totally. But anyway, he will definitely make a donation, Dennis. I've got this pig over here for you that you laid up here. Oh my gosh. Welcome to the Rotary Club of Georgetown, the greatest club in the world. My name is George Lorigan, and I am both privileged and honored to be here. Thank you so much. You might notice from these slides that I also owe the pig because I forgot to bring the PowerPoint with all the slides on. Fortunately, I actually printed them, so I'm not completely lost, but close to it. Who are we missing? Michael Estrada. Is he here? So I need one more person for the prayer, please. Whoever would like to volunteer. Whoever wants to volunteer. Barbara or wow. Thank you.
Would you pray with me? Dear God, as we gather today together with friends and new friends, bless us and keep us mindful that our true mission is service above self. Help us to do whatever we do in your name and in the name of Rotary. Amen.
Please join me in the pledge. The flag is here. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Milestones today. Please wish a happy birthday to Don Hewlett on September the 21st, Gary Brown on September the 23rd, spouse's birthday, Rod Burke's wife Carol on September the 22nd, Gary W. Brown's wife Ann Corso on September 24th. Anniversaries are John and Stephen Wilson, 35 years on September 22nd. And club anniversaries, Ken White, 2 years, September 22nd, and Ron Garland, who's not here today, 10 years on September the 19th. Salute.
Thank you very much, Barbara, and please be seated. If you brought a guest today, please stand and introduce them.
Hello, everybody. Oh, yeah, it is working. Hi, everybody. I have two wonderful guests today. I'm going to start with Mark Wells. He's been with us before. Mark is the owner of KTech that provides us our platform, our viewing platform at the Field of Honor. And I'm delighted to tell you he has filled out his application. It's on the table. Also I always get this wrong, Mark, the state deputy captain for the Patriot Guard Riders. Also, I'd like to introduce Monica Velez. Monica is with the Travis Morgan Foundation. She has brought us the opportunity of having a booth and to display a few of our flags at a 5K at Camp Mabry on the 29th. And we need some help with that, too. So please welcome Monica for her first visit ever to a Rotary meeting.
I guess today is my son, Brian Harris. We have another guest who I'm not sure he's a guest of, but I'm going to let you introduce yourself.
My name is Dan Elkin. I work with Williamson County Golf Probation as a counselor. I kind of got interested in meeting some of those areas and sent George an email and we invited him today. Great. All right.
Any other guests? How about visiting Rotarians? Microphone's coming to you.
Yep. My name is Phil Schreier, and I'm with the Omaha Northwest of Omaha, Nebraska. I visited before. I'm with an engineering firm in Omaha. Our headquarters are mechanical, electrical, and I've been with that firm about 42 years. So I enjoy coming. I've been to your club before a few years ago, so I enjoy coming again. Nice seeing you all. Thank you.
Welcome back.
Well, my name is Dylan Kraft. I'm from the Rotary Club of Tyler out in East Texas, near the Louisiana border. Well, I just moved out here about a month and a half ago. It doesn't seem like I'm visiting anymore. I've been here almost every week, but looks like y'all are officially stuck with me. I turned in my application, just waiting, so.
Now, George, Dylan's application is going to be on the table for people to view this week and next week?
Yes, I'll talk about it.
Okay. I'm just making sure we... anybody else? Awesome. Membership. It's all yours, George.
Okay.
Yes, Dylan, stand up for just a second. Dylan has not only submitted his application, but it was accepted by the board this morning. So his application will be on the table for the next 2 weeks for review. So he is a pending member, I guess you could say. Also, Phil Nido, would you stand up? And Andy Cantwell, would you stand up? These two gentlemen have submitted their applications and it's pending approval by the board, but they are both potential members and we welcome them to the club. So give them a round of applause. Also, under the topic of membership, we have told you in the past, I've mentioned it, and George Lorigan has mentioned it, that we're going to be talking about a series of steps that we as Rotarians can do, simple things that we can do on a day-to-day basis to try and get the word out about Rotary, kind of raise the profile of Rotary in general and our club in particular. And today is the first step you can take. It's harmless, it's simple, but I want to make a suggestion. As Rotarians, we all get a magazine. This is the Rotarian magazine. Hopefully you all recognize it. This is the October issue of the Rotarian magazine. Do you recognize this magazine? This is the September issue of the Rotarian magazine. Even though, probably like me, when the new one shows up, the old one goes out. Well, I have a suggestion for you. Anyone who has been to a doctor's office, which given the age of the club is probably one or two of us, or a dentist's office, or a hairdresser's office, what do you see there? You see magazines. So instead of throwing your old Rotarian out, you can cut off the little name tag if you want and take it with you to that hairdresser, that medical appointment. Leave it behind, just put it on the table. Someone might pick it up and you might plant a seed for Rotary, you never know. So that's one thing you can do. We'll be talking about more in the coming weeks. Thank you.
Aren't you glad he's our membership chair? What a good job. Great ideas. Dennis, even though I don't have a slide for you, and yes, I guess we both owe some money.
Quid pro quo, no gavel, no slide.
There you go. So how much you owe? Now, you got a match, that's all.
I've been coming here for a couple of years now, and George, it's the first time anybody's flashed the Rotarian magazine. Coincidentally, I have my copy. Does anybody know what October 24th is? Thank you, Brad. It's International Polio Day, October 24th. And this magazine features a lot of information about what Polio Plus really is all about. It's not only about the inoculation associated with it, but it creates jobs, it creates education, it gets clean water, it does a realm of things. So read your magazine and you'll see a whole section in it about what Polio Plus is all about. And we don't have a specific project for polio, which is the reason why our pal here, the Polio Pig, is so important to us. And even if you have your pin on, We accept donations because it would be nice to give them a contribution on October 24th for the Polio Plus program. So don't be reticent about putting a little donation in here, PIN or not. But if you don't have your PIN, he'll be sitting over there anyhow. Thank you.
Thank you, Dennis. Thank you very, very much. Joanne.
I told George I had a 9-second announcement about our vocational scholar who is now at Texas State Technical College in communication and computer communication. She's doing well, and she has contacted me and says she loves her classes, so we're off to a good start.
And what was her name again?
Maya.
Maya. Maya, yes. Excellent. David Kellerman.
Thank you, sit down. Because I wish I was sitting down. I guess I'm going to be doing a program on October 25th. Thank you. Kat's asked me to be the program that day, so I'll be doing a full program. Scott Mall, where are you at? Thank you. Thanks for keeping them informed. Appreciate it, my friend. Got back last week, Tuesday. I'm just going to give a couple of quick highlights, and I'm going to sit down, give you the full story on the 25th. I'll just say this, the trip was a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. They don't put everything in the brochure. It was a very enlightening adventure, and I loved it, every minute of it. Even those days that I was really hurting, to when I got to mountaintops and I just had a spectacular view. Every moment was special, and it'll be with me always. And I made some great lifelong friends on the trail. For those who following Snowman and Wilson and Small Slice, they'll be forever a great friend of mine, great friends of mine, and I appreciate their company on the trail. Physically, I'm doing great. No, I don't need to eat more. I'm at the weight that I should be at. I'm in the best shape of my life since high school, and I feel great. Only thing that's bothering me now is my knees. I wore them out pretty good. I did hyperextend my left knee at about mile 700, and it's just the pain of the day. Every day was something different. But you just got up every morning, put on the shoes, and just went hiking. And some days it bothered me, some days it didn't, and it was just part of the big adventure. But I'm going to have a great slide presentation for y'all, a few surprises in there for some of y'all, and look forward to giving you the big adventure. Just so you know, currently, and we're going to be wrapping up the campaign end of next week. Well, before I announce that, next Tuesday morning at Mel's, we're going to have coffee with Kilroy. It's absolutely free. It's at 9 a.m. I'm going to be giving the same slide presentation that I'll be doing here, but then it's going to be open for questions and answers. And I'll be there as long as people have questions. So if you want to hear about my adventures before the presentation here at Rotary, come next Tuesday to Mel's. They're again absolutely free of charge. But the fundraising I did for the Bowlers to Veterans Link, the bowling industry's oldest charitable organization for our it's the only one for our veterans, but it's our oldest charitable organization. As of today, we're just over $72,000. Looking to get about 3,000 more. The initial goal was 50,000, and they hit that late June, and I said, okay, 75,000. And we're real close, so we plan on hitting that by the end of next week. But seriously, I'm a God-praying, God-fearing man. I felt the prayers. There were many, many times I should have been off the trail due to injury. I fell quite a few times. I'm not the only one. I'm glad to know that when I talk to other hikers, but there were many times I should have been off the trail because of my falls. But your prayers and the higher being watched over me, and I never broke a single bone, and I'm thankful for that. And there again, you'll get more details in a few weeks. I thank you very much. Appreciate it.
David Kellerman, Appalachian Trail Through Hiker, September 9th, 2019. Next week? Next week. The Georgian will be in charge next week. As you know, I won't be here. I will be in Colorado hiking, not the Appalachian Trail. It's not over there. If my wife feels up to it, we're going to try and hike a 14,000-foot mountain. So that would be something we've never done before. Be very interesting. We've gone to about 12.5, almost 13, but not higher. Jeannie, got some exciting things with Field of Honor. We're getting close. How many days?
49 days left to the first day of the Field of Honor. 49 days, that's it. And we've got so much to do, everybody, and I need your help. We all need your help. Every committee is looking for committee members and support. So if you'll look on your tables, please, there are a couple of these. This is what I'm calling the want ads, okay? And you're gonna start seeing this every week. But I wanted to call attention to a couple of very, very specific, critical needs right now. Billy Ray Stubblefield was going to be chairing the World War II and Korean War veteran tribute. Fortunately for him, he's going to be traveling to Scotland and Ireland for several weeks in October, so he can't do it. So he turned it back to me, and I desperately need somebody who can pick that up. We've got the framework for it. We just need somebody to put it together and be the leader, and then put a committee together. It's going to be a wonderful tribute, and Honor Flight Austin is helping to get a lot of the World War II veterans here. So please, if somebody has a passion for that, please come and talk to me. Also, static displays. Both Camp Mabry and Fort Hood are bringing fabulous static displays that we're adding this year on the other side of the railing, not the chamberway side, but the other side. That whole thing is going to be filled with static displays. It's kind of like touch a truck. And one of the things that I can tell you about that Fort Hood is bringing is a full Abrams tank. And they're also bringing other equipment that will just knock everybody's socks off. So it'll be a great day to bring all kinds of people, families, friends, neighbors, everybody. So, but I need somebody to help coordinate that and make sure that we can put it all together. Michael has offered, because he has so much time after all the graphic designing he's doing, he's offered to lay it out, but we need somebody to spearhead that. And there's several other opportunities that are in here. There's also a little sign-up sheet if there is something that you're interested in signing up to chair or to be on the committee. I'd appreciate those, and we've put them up on the wall over there too. So please go check it out, see what's available, and get involved. The time is now. We really need you. The other thing I want to draw your attention to is this new flyer that Michael created, and we have we printed 10,000 of them. 8,200 are going into the Stacy groups. They're an insert to their newsletter all throughout Sun City, thanks to Steve Dooley. He coordinated that. The rest of them are here. If you need flyers to pass out or to put at your business, please put them out there. And there's so much more to tell you, but I don't want to interrupt the program today. So I'm going to go sit down, but please stick around afterwards, talk to us, sign up for a committee. We really, really need our club to step up this year. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeannie. So, not to worry, you know, when you think about having to try and figure out where to put tanks and big military vehicles, the military actually knows how to handle those. You don't have to drive them. You don't even have to instruct them on how to drive them. They know how already, okay? You know, literally if you tell them where, you know, here's the layout, they'll take care of it for you. So, but definitely having a coordinator is very, very important. It won't happen by itself. Some different calendar events. As you know, next week I will not be here. I'll be in Colorado. The following week we'll be back. There'll be a blood drive. Sign up sheet over here. Where's Rodney? Rodney's over there. He's our blood drive man. Sign up for the different times. Is there sign up online also available? Either online or on the sheet. Okay, very good. Couple events to put in your calendar. I believe, I don't even remember if I put these on my, I think I put these in my newsletter when I sent it out. Saturday, February 8th, what's going on then? Foundation Gala. Oh my gosh, so good. Just comes back off the Appalachian Trail and he still knows what's going on, I'm telling you. All right, May 3rd, May 1st through 3rd actually.
District Conference.
District Conference, yes, also known as the Celebration of Clubs. New name for it. And where's that going to be, Dennis? Bray. Bray Hotel, yes, in Bernie, Texas. Very good. Dennis, I'm going to put you up here next. All right, now we had a speaker scheduled for today. But you probably may notice that this table here doesn't have anyone sitting at it, which means our speaker. Now, I have to talk to some of these old members. Larry, didn't there used to be an award? Come on up here and tell about the award that when someone doesn't bring their speaker. Well, he's a fairly important figure in the city of Georgetown, and he wears a gun.
So he gets a pass.
George, I also wondered if Ray...
We'll take the plaque out and we'll put your name on it.
My name?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Reagan's dead, it's your problem. It's called the Coke Bottle Award, folks, way back in the 70s and the 80s. Mr. Connor, you can correct me if I'm wrong, we started off with a Coke Bottle Award, so when you were responsible for the program, in your program fellowship report, we put you ad nauseum into the plaque, and you just figured it out of that one, dude. Talk about lucky duck.
Did you have a PowerPoint presentation? I sure do. You do? Fantastic. Georgina will take that back there. Do you need any time to get yourself set up or anything, or?
No, sir.
Okay, I can give you a couple minutes.
However long it takes, sir.
All right, while she's doing that, I have one item I want to cover real quickly, and it works out real nice. We made sure this would work out. Did I do okay, Larry? All right, so an issue has come up in this club several times in the last year, actually. David Kellerman brought it to our attention about 8 months ago, and he said, hey, I'm going to be gone for almost 6 months, 5 to 6 months, and I'd like to go on a leave of absence. Our bylaws really doesn't really have anything for that, okay? You know, when we have dues, our dues includes everything. It includes the running of the club, it includes your meal, it includes everything. 2 other members have come earlier this year and asked for a leave of absence because they need to be gone for something period of time, okay? And so the board said, you know, maybe we really need to make a change in our bylaws. So what I'm going to do is read a possible change. Now, the way the changes in the bylaws work is you get to decide. It is not decided by the board, it's decided by the membership. The membership decides the bylaws govern what the board's supposed to do. Okay? So David kind of initiated this, one David. Another David asked the question again and said, hey, why don't we have something in here? Okay? And so we want to bring this up. It's something that I'm simply putting out information right now. I'm going to actually send this to you in writing this afternoon. You have to get it 10 days before you can vote on it. So on the 4th, we'll look at voting on it. If it's something that the club wants, great. If it doesn't, that's fine too. Okay? So here's what it amounts to. It has to do with, and I'm going to read it. Due to extenuating circumstances, a member will be unable to attend our monthly meetings for an extended period of time. The member may request a leave of absence. This is accomplished by sending a formal letter to the club board addressing the following items. 1, the extenuating circumstances preventing the member from being able to attend meetings. And 2, the length of time the member will be gone. Now, leave of absence may be from 3 to 12 months in length. The board receives the letter, and then if the board approves it, the member's monthly dues will be reduced to $40 a month, which includes their $10 donation to the Rotary Foundation. And the absences will not be counted against the member. So it's not this is just put out to y'all. You will have the opportunity individually to vote about it. If anyone has any specific question, you can ask it now. I can answer the question, but that's really what it's going to say. I will email that to everyone this afternoon. And I thank David for bringing that up as an issue, even though it wasn't decided anything at that time. And David again for bringing it up again, saying, hey, we really need to address this issue. There are people who, that this may apply to, and this may be beneficial to them. Any questions? Okay, so I'm going to send this out to everyone in writing today, and on June 4th, we'll look at voting on it. That does not reduce your fine. Raymond, it's all yours. Now, Raymond is he's the coordinator for emergency management.
Here we go. It's easy for others, and not everybody has to wear their name on their shirts like I do.
Very good.
Nice to meet you, sir.
Hello, everyone. I'm not going to go through a lengthy PowerPoint due to the time constraints that we have right now. I just got off the State Operations Center conference call for the incidents that's going on in Texas right now. There's areas of Texas that have received over 20 inches of rain that are the size of Connecticut and New Hampshire put together. So it's quite a deluge, and there's been some areas that got up to 43 inches of rain in a day. That's like Niagara Falls just falling on you for like 24 hours. So it's pretty bad right now. There's a lot of evacuations and rescues going on. Over 5,000 people evacuated. Several shelters opened up. And yesterday, the governor declared a state of disaster in 13 counties. There's the possibility that there could be more. For our threats, they're not too bad right now. It's possibly a little bit of weather. There's nothing to be concerned about. Very low chance of potential tornadoes a little bit northwest of us, but I don't think we're under that risk. So all I'm going to do is introduce myself. Do I have the ability to put the PowerPoint up here? Okay, so we're not going to do that. I was just going to put my slide, but I think y'all have it on your program. So I'm the Emergency Management Coordinator for the City of Georgetown. I've been there for 1 year, and tomorrow will be a special day because it's 1 year after my alarm clocks and weather warnings and alerts all started going off Saturday morning at 4:49 a.m. And my wife turns to me and says, "Why do you have your alarm clock so early on Saturday morning?" I said, "It's not my alarm clock," and started looking. It was the county calling. They needed assistance. There were swiftwater rescues going on. They're pulling people out of water in Liberty Hill. And they were asking for assistance. There's also some evacuations going on the east side of the city of Georgetown. And as I was rushing into work, I crossed the South San Gabriel River, and I have never ever seen it so high before, with water rushing by in tremendous volumes, carrying trees like they were nothing. And it was going to look like about 65, 70 miles per hour, just rushing under the bridge. Well, that concerned me because I know where that water was coming. I was west of the city. I know it's coming, heading right for the city. So flood stage for the South San Gabriel is 9 feet. And that day it crested at over 24. So it was pretty high. And that was my introduction to emergency management for the city of Georgetown. And I had no idea who to call. I was brand new. All I had was the fire chief and assistant fire chief, and I'm texting and calling, and what do you think they're going to be doing on a Saturday morning so early? Well, they're going to be sleeping like everybody else. So it wasn't that easy. We tried to call people in, and slowly but surely we started getting people in. Fortunately, we were not severely impacted by the flood. But that is one of the things that we need to prepare for, as well as potential tornadoes. Those are some of our highest risks that we have in this city. We also have hazardous materials incidents, and always the threat of potential domestic terrorism and active shooting. So I'm an all-hazard preparedness specialist. That's my job, and it's to work with the city. It's to work with people like you and other agencies to help be better prepared, protected, and to perhaps do some exercises and work together to protect our community. I have a vision of a disaster-resilient city that is fostered by teamwork and partnership. So I'm very thrilled that I was invited to speak. I'm sorry I don't get to speak more. I have a lot of stories, and I'm sure you all do as well. And I'd like to learn how we can work together to better protect ourselves and our community. I'll be hanging around if anybody has any questions or wants to talk. And thank you very much. It's good to meet you all.
So we have a couple moments for questions if anybody has one or two questions real quick. Hector has a microphone.
Thanks for being here. I was wondering about the county coordination. We had a few months back, we had the emergency services guy from the county spoke here as well. Do y'all coordinate closely with the county?
Yes, we do. Was that Mr. Jared Thomas, the director, or the fire chief? Deputy. Michael Shue, tall guy, big guy, former Army. Hua. Yes, I coordinate with them very frequently, and that is one thing that I have increased since I've been with the city, is coordination not only with the county, but with our adjacent jurisdictions, with Liberty Hill, with Leander, with Cedar Park, with Round Rock, with Gerald, and Austin, and North DeKalb. So yes, I am partnering and keeping in frequent communications, and we are increasing our collaboration with volunteer groups and agencies, but we also communicate a little bit more frequently when the threat of disaster, and not just during or post-disaster. So if we see something that's potentially coming, like severe weather, I may increase the city's preparedness level to a level 3. There's 4 levels, 4, 3, 2, and 1, which is emergency. So I might go from normal operations to increased awareness. And basically all that means is, hey city, be on alert, we got some potential weather coming. And that means that I'm up monitoring the weather as well, and our dispatch is monitoring, and our Georgetown Utility Services, both of those areas have 24/7 operations, and both of them have the ability to set off the warning sirens, and also to send out emergency messages and notifications, and I do as well. So our partnership is increasing, I'm happy to say, and since in the last year, we partner on a flood management plan and a community wildfire protection plan, and we're working together on a countywide river gauge monitoring system, and there's another plan coming, a debris management plan. So I would say it has increased tremendously in the last year. And because I had worked for the state of Texas, I already knew these people and have worked for them in the past. So have developed working relationships. I think it's going very well.
Excellent, excellent. I think that's probably one of the keys to making your job work is the coordination.
It is.
Now, are they involved in the planning part of the coordination too, or is it just
Yes, sir. They're involved. Not only is the county involved, but we also do capital area 10 county regional plans and exercises as well. In 2004, we'll be doing an exercise that will involve 3 different counties, but all the counties will be involved communicating and simulating different events. So,
excellent? Thank you. One last item. We want to go ahead of the pen up here, but it seems to run legs, but we'll get one. I'd like to get you to sign this book. We give it to Pearl Elementary. So instead of giving you kind of like a pen or something, a token or something for having been here, this goes and it'll be signed by you. Put a message to the elementary kids in there, and excellent. It'll be in there for forever.
All right. Well, thank you.
Very good. Thank you. Thank you very much. Now I have an announcement for the good Rotary from Larry Baird. Larry needs some help tomorrow morning moving some, loading up some stuff to take to the dump. It's basically all of the things that came, the pieces of the ramp that we had built about 2.5 years ago for Big. They're moving that building, or they haven't already moved it. They may have already moved it. Steve, did they already move that building? No, not yet. Okay. They're supposed to be moving the building very soon. Steve and I took all the ramp down and brought it over to the location for the Texas Ramp Project, and they said, well, there's nothing there we can really use, so they're going to take it all to the dump. So what time do you want people to show up?
7:30 to 10.
7:30.
7:30 at the Get City building.
You have the address?
I can look it up before looking at it.
If you can go see Larry afterwards, that'll work.
See me in the back of the room if you can help.
Tomorrow morning, I will not be. I'll be on an airplane. Any other announcements for the good of Rotary? Denise?
Tomorrow night at the Austin Airport is Honor Flight Coming Home. It is our POWs that are coming back from America. So 6 o'clock, American Airlines S, where they get off the ramp and welcome to Europe.
If you have never had the opportunity to experience that, it is well worth it. Unbelievable the impact that this trip has made on those veterans. Dylan.
412 East 19th Street.
Look at there, 412 East 19th Street.
If you could help us meet in the back.
Yes, perfect. Please join me in reciting the 4-way test of the things we think, say, or do. First, is it true? Second,
Is it fair to all concerned?
third,
Will it build goodwill and better friendships?
fourth,
Will it be beneficial to all concerned?
we are adjourned.